What's going on, bro? Me and you need to talk for a second. I got something I want to ask you. Have you ever looked at your life and you thought on paper is that I should be happy, but something still feels off? You got a job, you got your responsibilities, maybe even the house, the family, the things that you once prayed for. But deep down, you still feel empty. And it's not because your life is bad, but because, something still feels missing. And in this video, I'm going to show you why so many men feel this way, even when everything looks right on the outside. And, that's really a hard thing for a man to admit. Most men don't feel empty because they failed. They feel empty because they build a life around what they do and never understood who they are. I need you to catch that. I really need you to catch that. You ever had a moment like that where everything looks fine, but something just feels off? I've been there too. I'm working, I'm providing, I'm handling responsibilities, I'm doing what a man was supposed to do. And from the outside, everything looks fine. But deep on the inside, there's this quiet emptiness. And it's not sadness, it's not failure, just something that's missing. Like life looks successful, but didn't feel meaningful. And maybe this sounds familiar. You spend years trying to become the man everyone could depend on. You become the provider. You become the protector. You become the responsible one, and you did it. And people trust you. I mean, they rely on you, and they give you that respect. But somewhere in the process, you become so focused on being needed, you forget how to be known. Can I repeat that again? You become so focused on being needed, you forget on how to be known. And that changes everything. You're useful everywhere, but you're connected nowhere. And that kind of loneliness hits different because it doesn't look like isolation. It looks like you're sitting in a full house and you're still feeling alone. It looks like you're strong for everyone else while quietly wondering if anyone sees you. And because nothing is obviously wrong, you start asking yourself, why do I still feel like this? And sometimes the scariest part about this is you start thinking maybe something is wrong with you when it's really not. And here's what most men never hear. Let me share this with you. I feel as though nobody ever told you that success can solve problems, but it can't create purpose. You can build a career and you still feel lost. You can provide for everyone else and still feel disconnected from yourself because your identity is built on performance. And the moment the achievement stops satisfying you, that's when emptiness shows up. And it's not because success is bad, but because success was never supposed to be your identity. You were taught to build a life, but nobody taught you how to build yourself. That's why my favorite book in Genesis 1:26-27 matters. Before God gave man work, he gave him an identity. The word image in Hebrew stands for selim. That's meaning a reflection, a representation, a likeness. That means your identity wasn't meant to come from what you do, but from who you reflect. I need you to hear me on this. Then came responsibility, and then came assignment. But most men does that in the reverse order. They spend years of building this life before we understand who we are, and eventually that creates total emptiness. And not because something is wrong with you, but because something is missing in your foundation. Because you can't build fulfillment on a foundation that you never ever defined. So I need you to hear this clearly. You're not ungrateful. You're not weak, bro. You're not crazy. You're feeling the cost of building a life around roles without being yourself first. That's emptiness. It's not failure. It's awareness. It's the part of you asking for something deeper. So ask yourself this. Did I build a life I truly wanted, or the life I thought I was supposed to want? Am I fulfilled or just functioning well? Because those are the things that you need to really answer. And a lot of men have success but still feel empty, and they just don't know why. But now you do. And if you're a man trying to figure out who you really are and not what you do, I want you to stay locked in, because we're going to go deeper.